Good, great greetings to ya. It's your girl Key. This is just a quick 12-minute live before I go on to another call. I just wanted to do a quick video about 5 tips for empaths, 5 self-care tips for empaths, because we are not great at looking after ourselves. We often rescue everybody. We're concerned about other people's needs. We're often in helping professional roles, and there is an adverse impact about continuously being at the mercy for everybody else. It's one of the reasons why my therapeutic practice is made up of highly empathic people. And the reality is, if we don't learn how to best protect ourselves, then our gift, our caring gift, can well feel like a curse. And I've met enough people who feel that being an empathic soul, a kind, considerate person, actually is a curse. It's not a curse. It's an absolute gift to be an empath. However, what we're not taught is how best to look after ourselves. So what happens is our giving nature then works against us, because for some of us, we're not good at protecting that gift. And so here are 5 self-care practices that I would encourage empaths to work on. Try to bring it into your life in order to best protect yourself. If you've got any questions, queries, feel free to ask me now while I'm on live, or if not, inbox me. But one of the first self-care tips for anybody who's highly empathic is you've got to learn to say no. Saying yes to everybody is not great for your greatness. It's one of the reasons why you will burn out and you'll be baffled why you've got no energy. A lot of the reasons why empaths struggle to have energy is because they're continuously giving, and you can give in ways where you're unconscious about your giving, and it's how you end up burning out. It's another reason why we can end up being depressed. Yes, we get depressed because we often give and can feel disappointment, sometimes resentment as well, when that gift giving doesn't come back to us. So, as such, one of my most important self-care tips is that we learn to say no. You know, saying no is particularly important for us, but we also have to be mindful that when we say no, there is a strong likelihood that we will be sanctioned by people, because some people will trade on your kindness. Some people are only there because you've been so nice. So when we start to say no, expect that some people are going to have a massive problem with you about that. It's not right, as Whitney says, but it's okay, because we're going to make it anyway. That's my advice to you. But some of us are scared to say no to people. We actually have a whole host of people in our lives who thrive off of our kindness, who depend on our kindness for their own advancement. So when we say no to people, there will be resistance, and that can be very difficult. My second self-care tip for highly empathic souls is to download my Empaths Self-Protection Guide. That will give you 20 tips on how to best look after yourself. I will put a link. I'll put a link in the comments right now, as long as it is in my clipboard. So downloading my Empath Self-Protection tips will give you insights into tips, skills that you can begin to imbibe into your life to best look after yourself. I'm actually not able to find that at the current time, but hey-ho, such is life. Download my Empaths Self-Protection tip. The third aspect of self-care for empaths, you need to understand you cannot save everybody. A lot of us have got this thing that we often go for broken people, and our optimistic nature often results in us thinking that we can change people. You cannot change people. And that is really important, that you understand that you cannot change people. Accept people as they are. One of the biggest challenges for empathic people is we see the good in people and we see potential. So if you're a lady and you've been in relationship after relationship where you keep on falling for the guy who's got loads of potential and you end up staying in that for years and years and years, the reality is the issue is not them, the issue is us. We are often seduced and drawn to potential, and we would love to see potential personified. We want to see that potential come to light. It hurts us when we see someone not making the best use of their potential. Hey Roger, how are ya? Good to see you. However, the reality is, when we are spending our energy and devotion on helping others to bring their potential to light, who's helping us? This is just one of the ways that empathic people get dragged down, sidelined, because we don't give the same attention we give to others to ourselves. So that's my third self-care tip, which is understand that you cannot save everybody. And if you're seeking love and that person's got bundles of potential, I tell you to run a mile, because often you're going to get caught in this dynamic where you're trying to nurture. Sometimes we're trying to nurture some deadbeats who have no ambition in terms of bringing their potential to light. Their ambition was to find women like us that they could often, not in all cases, live off. The fourth self-care tip for empaths is understand anyone who's taking you on guilt trips is using you and manipulating you for their own advantage. We need to understand that. I don't know about you, but I don't want guilt trips. I want long haul flights. That's the only trip I want to go on. Actually, I'd like a road trip. That would be nice, not guilt trips. Anytime someone is using guilt on you, they are manipulating you and you are highly likely to be under their control. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be under anybody's control unless I am deciding to be, what is the word again? Unless it's my choice, unless I decide that I want to be submissive, then that's different. Guilt trips is about power, dominance, and control. So if you don't want if you don't want to be controlled, then opt out of guilt trips. If people guilt trip you, one of the best ways to draw them out is just saying, Julie, Jackie, Bob, John, was you trying to guilt trip me? Ask them directly. We call name it and shame it. And then you will see how they respond. Let them know, I see you. I see you. Not in 2020. We got 2020 vision. And my fifth self-care tip for the highly empathic soul, the people who care too much sometimes, and as such we can do ourselves a great disservice, is consider what are your personal needs. Empaths are particularly bad at identifying their own needs. However, they're very great at noticing everybody else's. This is just another reason, another way that we become depressed and sad and bitter and full of resentment when what we give doesn't come back to ourselves. This is why I am an advocate of us becoming our own best friend. What do you need? And you need to take responsibility for making sure you bring it into your life. Remember, empathy is a gift. It's never a curse. The challenge is for the empathic souls that live in a society that does not value our qualities nor skills. You'll know that helping professional jobs are often at the lower rung of society. That you have to learn to value yourself. You have to learn to protect your gift. You have to learn to say no to people, because often when people are creating their own calamities, they weren't calling you. But when the calamities come, you know how they seem to pick up their phone, and because you have a kind gift-giving nature, you then make someone else's problems your own and you get dragged into some madness. All the while, your own potential, your own dreams are not being fertilized because your energy is being dispensed in other areas. So that's my 5 tips, my 5 self-care tips for the empathic soul. And remember, empaths and narcissists will always be drawn together. However, the more woke you can become as an empath is the better it is for your life and your stress levels. Remember, stress is a killer. It feeds into a whole raft of diseases. And if you're interested to know about how stress compromises your immune system, then inbox your girl Key, because you know I went off the reading list. I hope this video may be of help to you or someone you know. Share it or tag it with them. If there's anything I'm saying that resonates with you and the current situation you find yourself in where people are taking liberties with you, where your kindness is getting you into certain circumstances, then inbox your girl Key. I'm here to be of assistance and help to you because God knows we are in very challenging times and we need the wisdom. Take care of you, because if you don't, who will? I'll tell you who will. No one will. That's why you have to learn to be your own best friend. Take care of you. It's your girl Key.